Hello, Think Natalia community. Today, I have another phenomenal guest on the show. His name is Daniel Salamon. He is a founder, serial entrepreneur with a lot of experience, but what he's really burning for at the moment, and he is an advisor, a coach, and a mentor for his topic, is leadership and organizational development. He is a tribe member, somebody who did a lot of self-work over the last weeks and months, and I'm super excited and grateful to have him here today. So thank you so much, Daniel.
Thank you so much for having me, Dr. Nat. It's a pleasure.
Oh, you're most welcome. For people who see your face for the first time, what is it
Mhm.
that you do now? Tell us a little bit more about your story and how you got to where you are today.
Well, I think you summed it up pretty well, but yeah, to give you a little more flesh on the bone, basically. What I was doing the last couple of years was I started in an HR consultancy. Yeah, learned a lot of very important stuff. Did a lot of talent development, a lot of talent assessment, and then I decided to build my own company, which was nothing like even in regard to talent development, because we started selling bridal dresses. So something completely different, just out of the opportunity, and yeah, we grabbed it. Um, I did that for a couple of years. I founded another company, a marketing agency, and then I decided last year to kind of not quit everything, but I sold one company. I installed a new board in the second one, and I kind of took a step back, did some soul searching, and just asked myself, well, after all those years, I mean, I'm 32, it's not those many years, but after a couple of years of very, very hard work, very fast pace, what is it actually that I'm really burning for, or what is it that I really want to do? um, and yeah, I did well. What I was always passionate about was people, just to yeah put it bluntly. So I decided I really like the mentality of growing things, and I like the aspects of growing people. So how can I put those two together?
Hmm.
Um, and I came up with the idea, which is basically what I was doing for quite some time, but more on a pro bono level, um, to go more into coaching, advising, and mentoring startup founders, young companies, young organizations, with regard to leadership topics, on the one hand, and on the other hand, really getting their strategy on the ground with some help in organizational development.
Nice. And you do that purely in Germany, in the German speaking region? Do you do that on a Europe level, on a global level? And where are you based? In which city?
So I'm based in Düsseldorf, which is in the west of Germany. Very often, well, I have customers all over Germany at that stage. Yeah, some customers in Hamburg, which I'm very happy that I've met
Nice.
those. Yeah, I love Hamburg. I'm originally from Hamburg, and the most beautiful city. So I love to spend time there and love to spend time with my customers, of course. Yeah, I have some customers in the south. So well, when I'm allowed to travel, I'm traveling across Germany.
Nice. And why did you initially approach me? Or what was the challenge? Why did you say, this crazy German Dr. Nat, I like what she does. I think she can help
hmm
me with what? Because come on, you're a serial entrepreneur, you know your stuff, you have tons of experience. Why me? Like, why this process?
yeah, well, because I always felt like um, well, I heard a lot about LinkedIn, obviously. I mean, I'm a big fan of podcasts. I love yours, by the way. Um,
Thank you.
but I stumbled upon LinkedIn through Gary Vaynerchuk, of course, and he was like, going all in on LinkedIn, and talking a lot about its potential as a marketing platform. And then I thought, well, how do I get started there? because from my experience or from my kind of point of view, it was just a network for professionals. So of course I could do some self-selling there, but is that really what I want? So how do I approach that, like in a good way and in a good manner? So I stumbled upon your podcast. I did the LinkedIn learning course you set up quite a while ago. Then I ended up buying your book.
Hey,
And then we
yes,
ended
the
up
value
talking.
ladder worked.
Yeah, it worked. What was that? Richard Brunson, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You recommended. No, that worked perfectly, and I was super happy to get in touch with you. And I think, I mean, our first conversation is quite a while ago, but I really enjoyed it. Yeah, and I have enjoyed it since.
Oh, yeah, it was great to work with you. It was great to see you grow. One of my favorite challenges, I'll mention it in a second, but before we go there, ha 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 ha, I was laughing so hard. I can be evil, not evil. It's kind evil, it's kevil. It's kind of compassionate evil, if I have to be, because I can be good cop and bad cop. But
Yeah, one person.
can you remember your first milestone or your first aha moment? Once we started working together, you had an impression about LinkedIn and how to position yourself, how to portray yourself, how to use this tool. Do you remember the first time when you thought, oh, it's that easy, or this is how it works, or damn, I'm really proud on what I've created here?
Well, yeah, I think during the time we were working together, I think there were a lot of milestone and a lot of insights that kind of came crumbling down on me, basically. But I think one thing that kind of stood out was the aspect of me reflecting on LinkedIn as a business platform and me as a person within that network sharing more interpersonal stuff. Don't mean like I went to the soccer practice and it was great with my homies, but
Oh, this is
more
my
like,
cheese sandwich. Look, there's
yeah,
extra
yeah,
lettuce on it.
yeah. Hashtag YOLO. No, I I I feel like, when you really use that platform to kind of show your personality as well and kind of break through the noise of yeah, anonymous or somewhat anonymous profiles that you're seeing every day on LinkedIn. And doing that, sharing stuff from myself and getting positive feedback that I didn't expect at first. I think that was one of the most memorable milestones for me.
Yeah, tell your story, be authentic. Although everybody says it, and a lot of people think, oh, it shall be something new. It is a journey, and
Hmm.
I've seen that the posts where you really opened up a bit more or were a little bit more positive, you definitely got so much more engagement than on the content where you added classic value, if I want to phrase it that way.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, definitely. Because I feel like at the end of the day, and I think that's something that you mentioned in or throughout the course, but that's something that kind of stuck with me. At the end of the day, even though it's a digital platform, at the end of the day, people are doing business with people, right? So you have to kind of share, or I mean, if you want to do business, it's recommended that you share some more stuff to show yourself without
Absolutely.
tearing your heart out, of course, but
Yeah, without the
giving yourself
emotional
like some,
striptease.
yeah, but giving yourself like some or positioning yourself as a human being.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And there was also a very interesting moment when you told us that you're going to publish your first LinkedIn video. Tell us this story.
Yeah, and I was just smiling when you said you were a good cop and bad cop in one person, because what I really liked about you is or still like about you is you have this great sense of pushing and pushing people in the right direction, but also doing it very, very kindly, but still pushing. So yeah.
Calm now, here, yeah, you can do it. I believe in you. If not, you get another virtual slap in the face. I'll tell all of my followers. Sorry, how can I help you? How can I serve you? What's your lame excuse?
Yeah, that's especially the lame excuses. That's something that you got me out of quite sometimes. Yeah, it was great, to be honest. I think I wanted to publish my first video, and I'm like, well, I did Insta stories, of course, especially. But that's an important point, especially when I had my other company. So I was doing it for the company, right? And I was doing it as a CEO. And for me, for some reason in my messed up brain, I thought like when I'm doing it for myself, that's like something different, right? So I was really kind of struggling with it. And I was like, yeah, well, what am I going to talk about? Like, I don't talk about myself that much. So why should I start now? And yeah, you kind of pushed me, and the entire group helped you, of course.
You
It
remember
helped me
what the
too.
penalty was?
Yeah, I
Penalty in quotation
remember.
marks.
I
If you
remember.
didn't publish your video at the deadline that we chose together.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to do some gardening work, and I hate gardening work. But it worked out in the end. It worked out in the end.
Yep, you didn't have to
But
do
I'm
garden work.
very no, I was very grateful because I really liked that kind of peer pressure, to be honest. And it helps a lot to get stuff done, especially stuff
Absolutely.
you don't want to do or feel
Absolutely.
uncomfortable with.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
first video for a lot of people in our tribe is a big stepping stone. It's
Mm-hmm.
the first mark that you have to cross,
Mm-hmm.
or it's something that we all celebrate. We all are
Yeah.
excited and anxious at the same time because we get reminded of how it felt. So kudos to you. That beautifully brings me to the next step, or to another question that is always very, very dear to my heart. Did you benefit from the tribe? And if yes, how? Tell us a little bit about the value or the spirit of the people
Mm-hmm.
in the group who decide to, yeah, become part of or a member of the Think Natalia tribe.
Sure. Well, I benefited a lot, to be honest, because I think you're always learning from the experience of others, and there's always someone who knows more than you do in certain areas. And what I really liked about the tribe was that there was like this level of kind of common trust because we were all facing the same issues, basically, right? Um, so there was a lot of trust, and I have no idea how you're doing that actually, probably by selecting the right people, um but yeah, because we didn't know each other, right? We've seen each other maybe once or twice in a call. So it was a very, very great experience for me to see how helpful the others were, and how I could open up about my own kind of issues that I was facing without having the kind of insecurity or yeah, kind of hesitating. That was really, really cool, to be honest. And yeah, the tribe was extremely helpful because we were pushing each other and we were kind of lifting each other up. And I think that's something incredibly valuable, to be honest.
Yeah, I think selection is definitely a huge part of it. And I think
Hmm.
it's also the brand. People get that's the feedback that I receive, that when people see me online and then
Hmm.
they have the first telephone or Zoom call with me, they very quickly either think or even say it, yeah, you're the same. You're the same person that you portray online. There's no mask that you wear. You are that way, and I feel
Hmm.
safe in your hands. So for me, that's the most amazing feedback and gift that I can
Yeah.
get. And I think because of the years of self work that I've done and studying human behavior, and human behavior in groups, I give my best to only allow people into the tribe who really want to do things, who really want to grow, who are
Hmm.
ambitious and humble at the same time. And I think that's why you were also a perfect fit, because you have the mindset and the experience. And yeah, let's see where the journey takes you, because I mean, there's still room to grow. There's still new things to experiment with, right? So what are the next thing that the next steps that you're going to work on LinkedIn, or is there let's say, what was one of your biggest achievements so far when you say, wow, this is amazing? Or if you say, no, there were a lot of small things, what is the next big thing that you're going to work on?
Well, I think there were a lot of baby steps that I took. So I'm really focusing on getting a more because I'm getting I need to focus on getting more consistency in my posting because I'm always I mean I like to work a lot, obviously. And I'm always kind of have to reprioritize, kind of stick to the game of publishing LinkedIn content.
Mhm.
Um, so more consistency is definitely a very, very important thing for me. And also after trying in the past couple of weeks, a month, what works and what doesn't, kind of refining my own personal content strategy. I think
Yeah.
that is something that I really want to focus on to give the most benefit with everything that I'm putting out there.
Perfect. And I remember that also it was Anton, he created this amazing challenge within the tribe to
Yeah,
regularly publish
yeah.
content. I think you were part of it, correct?
Yes, yeah, I was part of it, and it was that's another great example for the spirit of the people that are in the tribe, right? So we had the weekly group call, and it was great. It was going great, but we had the kind of the oni sono issue that people were struggling with putting out content. So he took the initiative and said, well, you know what? Let's just take this like a step further and let's turn it down, turn it up a notch. And why don't we say we give each other 2 weeks? I don't remember if it was 2 weeks or 4 weeks. And now everyone is committing to a certain amount of
Posts
posts
per week, yeah.
they're going to publish. And it was a great spirit. And so yeah, I signed up for it too, and it worked out well actually because it
Yeah.
was people were lifting each other up,
Yeah.
people were cheering for each other.
For each other. I
uh,
love that. Yeah. It was
yeah,
nice because everybody
that's
could decide, right?
so
So
yeah.
if you wanted to post 4 times per week, fantastic. You've set up this goal. I
Hmm.
didn't do that for you. So post 4 times per week. If you say you post once per week, you post once per week. But
Yeah,
this positive peer pressure definitely did something. I could see a lot of posts coming up from the tribe, and I thought,
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah,
the guys
yeah.
implemented it. Amazing. That makes me happy. That definitely makes my day.
That was really great. Yeah,
Amazing. So keep it up. And if it doesn't work, you can also start another challenge. You can motivate people, right?
sure. Yeah, yes, well, I guess I can.
Okay. So Daniel, who should connect with you on LinkedIn?
Well, I think first and foremost, everyone who owns a business or thinks about starting a business or has started a business and might struggle with coming to a kind of a glass ceiling in terms of I've achieved something, I have got the company growing, but we're kind of stuck within my team. So this is where I come in, and very, very often it's just a couple of tweaks here and there in terms of leadership behavior, in terms of organizational development or organizational strategy, which I, yeah, pretty quickly can reflect with the founder or co-founder and really work on those to get some benefits and really get some traction moving forward. So
Fantastic.
everyone, everyone who's owning a business and wants to learn more about leadership and gets their team into the right direction.
Okay, I'll make sure that I link your LinkedIn profile in the comments so people can
Yes, please.
directly reach out to you. I thank you a lot for your time, once again, for your
Thank you.
trust and for your great work. And I look forward to meeting you in person also in the very near future. As you know, I'm originally from Hanover, and
I
when I'm
know.
in
Yeah.
Germany, I tour. So I'm very, very sure that next year should
Yeah.
be the case.
Should
Come
work.
on, next year
Yeah.
we definitely catch up in person, and we keep in touch until then. And fingers crossed, and all the best.
Yeah. Really. Fingers crossed. Thank you so much for the journey so far, and I'm really looking forward to working together. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Okay. And for everybody who watched this today and says, a tribe sounds actually pretty cool. And Natalia, I'm not scared of you. That's good. That's good news. If that's the case, then I invite you to apply for a strategy call and to work with me. How do you do that? You simply go to coachingwithnatalia.com. On this page, my team and I, we've created a letter for you that gives you a better idea of who we are and what we do, etc. And there's a button which says apply now. You click on that one, fill out a super short form so that we get to know you a tiny little bit better, pick a slot in our calendar, and then my team is going to get back to you. And if we see it's a good match, then you and I will be on the phone or use Zoom to get to know each other better. And I'll have a look at your goals and where you are right now with your organic or your general LinkedIn marketing strategy and lead gen strategy. And we take you from where you are right now to where you want to go. And all of that, yes, for free, because that's my invitation. That is a way how I can get to know you and you me. And then we see if we want to work together or not. Well, if that sounds good, one last time, coachingwithnatalia.com, and I talk to you soon.